Hello there, grade 9 students! How are you today? It's been a year of fun and exciting adventure of learning. Welcome to our English class, where there will be a lot of fun and exciting tasks to accomplish. But you don't have to worry, because I'm always here to guide you, because I'm teacher Anna that you can lean on. Are you ready to learn something today? Come and join me for another adventure. Are you aware of different social issues in your community? That's good to know. So let's try if you're familiar with these social issues. I have some situations here. For each situation, I want you to analyze what social issues are being presented. Are you guys ready? Let's start!
Did you see how everyone is losing their motivation in learning? We're too bombarded and exhausted with lots of modules, activities, and other requirements. It's exhausting.
What do you think is the social issues presented in this situation? Any guess? I'm giving you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Time's up! So what is your answer? Very good. The social issues being presented here is all about education. Here's your first heart. Let's proceed to the next situation.
So, have you been experiencing fever for 3 days now? Are you feeling any problems like sore throat, headaches, chest pains, or shortness of breath? Yes, Doc. I have a cough and I've been getting severe headaches. I feel dizzy all the time, but I don't experience chest pains.
In this situation, what do you think is the social issue presented? Again, I'm giving you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Time's up! What is your answer? Very good! The social issue that is being presented here is all about health. Here's your another heart. It seems that you are truly familiar with the different social issues in your community. Do you have any idea on what the lessons will be today? Correct! Our lesson for today is all about making connections between texts on particular social issues, concerns, or dispositions in real life.
In the progress of this lesson, you are expected to define what making connections means, identify the 3 kinds of connections and 2 types of connections, identify what social issues, concerns, or dispositions each text is connected in real life, write the importance of making connections.
Also, in order to complete the heart of knowledge, you need to collect the hearts you gain after completing every task. Make sure to collect them all. Are you ready? Let's start! First, let's define what making connections means.
Connection is one of the critical reading comprehension strategies that will help you make meaning of the text you are reading. As you make connections to the text, it will help you make sense of what you read, retain the information better, and engage more with the text itself. This will also help you connect with prior knowledge, experiences, understanding, and beliefs in the text. There are 3 kinds of connections. First is text-to-self connections. Text-to-self connections is a connection when you connect what you are reading to your personal experiences or knowledge. As you have a wide range of experiences, you will be able to make more meaningful and complex connections. But if you have limited experiences, you may struggle to make connections or create vague general connections. For example, this story reminds me of a vacation we took to my grandfather's farm. Next is text-to-text connection. Text-text connection is a connection when you connect what you are reading to other books that you have read or listened to before. You might relate how the books share the same author and have similar characters, events, or settings are the same genre or are on the same topic. A significant text-to-text connection occurs when you can apply what you've read from one text to another text. For example, this character has the same problem that I read about in a story last year. The last kind of connection is text-to-world connection. Text-to-world connection is when you connect what you are reading to real events, it may be past or present, social issues, other people, and happenings going on in the world. You have learned about the world from what you hear on TV, in movies, magazines, and newspapers. Effective text-to-world connections happen when you can use what you have learned through these mediums to enhance your understanding of the text that you are reading. A good example of text-to-world connection is, I saw on the news about how water pollution was affecting marine animals, and in this book, I am learning about why pollution can make marine animals sick. These three connections are most meaningful and effective when you can create deep, complex, and insightful connections to the text rather than the vague, general, or superficial connections. So now, let's talk about the two types of connections. Is the surface connections. Surface connections do not help us understand the story any better. They just sit on the surface of the text. On the other hand, deep connections help us understand the story and infer the author's message.
Now, I know that you're ready to accomplish different tasks. Are you ready? Let's start! I want you to identify what social issues, concerns, or dispositions each text is connected to real life. Then, choose your answer from the given choices below each text.
Water, or Tanaga. Water is important for you and me. Let us see it efficiently. We should not take it for granted, for we all know that it is limited. By Camille Pamela. What do you think are the social issues, concerns, or dispositions being presented in this text? Do you have any guesses? I'm giving you 10 seconds to think about your answer. Time's up! What's your answer? Very good. The social issue that is connected in real life in this text is environmental issue. I am Majid. So, I cost half a dinar. An industrial cooperative manufactured me, and my profit margin was redistributed among the elements of production. An ordinary man bought me, a manual worker quite poor. This worker married an ordinary young lady, and they lived together in a small apartment. They were very happy together. An excerpt from The Story of a Sock by Muhammad al-Asfar. What do you think are the social issues, concerns, or dispositions being presented in this text? Do you have any guesses? I'm giving you 10 seconds to think about your answer. Time's up! Time to show your answer. That's great! The social issue that is connected in real life in this text is economic issue. Crisis brought a lot of suffering to the world, and I am sad to witness. I feel sad for our frontliners because they can't have the support and compensation that they deserve. Also, I feel sad for those people who are homeless and less privileged. This crisis is an eye-opener for me as it taught me the importance of compassion. We should be compassionate and help one another in our own and simple ways so that we can make the hashtag #HealAsOne come to life. By Camille Pamantian. What do you think are the social issues, concerns, or dispositions being presented in this text? Do you have any guesses? I'm giving you 10 seconds to think about your answer. Time to show your answer. That's great. The social issue that is connected in real life in this text is all about sorrow. Are you ready for the fourth one? That's good to hear. Skin color continues to serve as the gauge of social difference and the sign of class inequality. Light-skinned mestizos, whether Chinese and European, tend to be endowed with considerable cultural capital regardless of their actual economic standing. The lightness of their skin serves as their calling card. It is the rare politician or celebrity. No ruler comes to mind who is not light-skinned. Darker-skinned folks become famous precisely by poking fun at their appearance. Unless they are well-paid Indios. Think Manny Pacquiao or Filipino African American athletes. An excerpt from Doesn't Matter by Vicente Rafael. What do you think are the social issues, concerns, or dispositions being presented in this text? Do you have any guesses? I'm giving you 10 seconds to think about your answer. Time to show your answer. That's great. The social issue that is connected in real life in this text is all about discrimination. Here's the last one. In the middle of that crazy war, the cold began to freeze the prince's feet and crack the palace walls. When he was almost completely frozen solid, the prince, winner of 1,000 battles, realized that the only way to win this one would be to make peace. And so, the prince began to repair the palace and to control his anger and fury so as not to damage it again. The palace soon realized that it liked the repairs much more than the stupid things, fighting, and that only the British prince could do them. Soon enough, the palace opened its doors to allow the prince to shelter from the cold at night and clean and repaired by day. An excerpt from The Runaway Palace by Anton Chekhov.
What do you think are the social issues, concerns, or dispositions being presented in this text? Any ideas? I'm giving you 10 seconds to think about your answer. Time to show your answer! That's great! The social issue that is connected in real life in this text is all about freedom. Here's your another heart of knowledge. How many hearts have you collected? I hope you collect them all. Continue to gather hearts. For the next activity, I'm going to read a text entitled A Simple Life Full of Grace by Hannah Martinez. Connect it into real life concerns by answering the questions found after the text. Choose the letter that corresponds to your answer.
It is dawn. Time to begin the day. I open my eyes, put a wide smile on my face, stretch my body, and open the windows. As I finished tidying up my bed, I went to the kitchen to prepare breakfast. I saw my mom and dad happily talking to each other in our favorite spot in the house, on our bamboo balcony. This is where we always wait to see the unfading beauty of the sun, rising from its very deep sleep, and breathe the fresh air from the trees while drinking our coffee and eating pandesal with an egg on it, which we call our favorite umagahan or almusal. I sat beside them, had a bite of my pandesal, took a sip of my coffee, and started to talk and share my thoughts with them. It was a never-ending story and sharing of ideas, a very comforting one. I am truly grateful for the blessing that I have been receiving in my life. Every morning that I have been able to wake up was truly wonderful. Each moment counts. My life, my family, and our way of living. Everything is simple at its finest. What does the text remind you of? Very good. This text reminds you of a simple living. Following are their favorite umagahan or almusal, which most of us Filipino can relate to except one. What do you think is the answer? Correct! The The answer is letter C, palabok. What personal disposition of the author is evident in the text? Do you have any guesses? Very good! The personal disposition of the author is his grace in simple life. How would you describe the author? Do you have any ideas? Great job! The author is a simple person who is grateful to have a simple family and life. What is the theme of the text? What do you think is the answer? Very good! The theme of the text is simple living. You all did a great job in answering the activity. Because of that,
Here's your another heart of knowledge.
for our last activity, you have to identify the social issue topic the text is pertaining to. Choose your answer in the box. Changes in the teaching and learning process, the usual experiential face-to-face learning to blended learning, online classes. In self-instructional modules or Google Classroom is where educational content can be found. Student-teacher interaction is via internet-mediated communication applications. What do you think is the social issue topic pertaining to in this text? Any guesses? Correct! The social topic that this text is pertaining to is all about education. Let's proceed to the next one. The group of people who have the power to control or authorize a state or community to stay at home as possible and if needed to go out to get necessities. People must follow the safety precautions. They are the ones who decide the start and end of lockdown and who is also release the safety protocols. What do you think is the social issue topic pertaining to in this text? Any idea? Very good! The social topic that this text is pertaining to is all about government. Let's go now to the third one. The response of the people, especially the frontliners to the infectious disease, COVID-19. People must follow the new normal. It deals with the physical, emotional, and mental state of an individual in coping with this pandemic. What do you think is the social issue topic pertaining to in this text? Do you have any guesses? Correct! The social topic that this text is pertaining to is all about health. And for the last one, since the pandemic arose, lots of jobs and work have been interrupted. Meaning to say, no job means no income or money for a person or community to provide for their necessities. Lacks financial resources to have enough essentials and resources of food, clean water, shelter, and clothing. Unable to have access to healthcare, online education, and transportation. Emotional and mental state of an individual in coping with this pandemic. What do you think is the social issue topic pertaining to in this text? Do you have any ideas? Correct! The social topic that this text is pertaining to is all about poverty.
Excellent! It seems that you truly understand our lesson for today. Here's the last heart to complete the heart of knowledge. The next task is your assignment. Don't forget to reflect on our discussion a while ago. Pause to screenshot your assignment. Write your answer in your notebook.
Write 3 to 5 sentences about the importance of making connections with the text through text-to-self, text-to-text, text-to-world connections.
That's all for today. I hope you had fun and enjoyed our discussion. In the next episode, we're going to discuss further about making connections. Let's see if you can complete the heart of knowledge. Again, this is Teacher Anna that you can lean on. Bye!